Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Math Studio. If you are new to this channel, please do subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you don't miss out any important lectures. Please like and share the video with your friends. In this video, we will discuss more representation of weighted index numbers. In this, the quantity consumed is also taken into account in addition to the prices of commodities. This is the most accurate method for calculating index numbers. Weighted index numbers are further divided into two, that is, weighted index number further divided into two, that is, weighted aggregate index number and weighted average of price relative. This concept I already discussed in the lecture 1. Therefore, students, you are suggested to watch lecture 1 of the video series Index Numbers for better understanding. We discussed unweighted as well as weighted index numbers concept and method of construction in that video. Before learning the new concept, solve this question that which involves weighted aggregative method and weighted average of price relative method for your better understanding. Now here, this weighted index number further divided into 5 different type, that is weighted aggregative index number, again further divided into 5, that is Laspeyres method, Paasche method, Fisher's method, Dorbish-Bowley's method, and Marshall-Edgeworth method. Through this method, you can find the index number, that is Laspeyres index number, Paasche index number, Fisher's index number, like that way. Now we are going to learn how to construct the index number by these 5 different methods. The first one, that is here, Laspeyres index number, that is denoted by IL. That is denoted by IL. What's the formula? Formula it is summation of P1 Q0 divided by summation of P0 Q0 into 100. That's what I explained to you before. Now here we are going to consider P1 P0, that is price in current year, price in base year, and also we are going to consider the quantity consumed in base year and current year. That means here we are going to use this 4 notation for the entire formulas P1, P0, Q0 and Q1. I will just tell you that how you are going to learn without by hearting the formulas. What is the trick? You will see. Next one is Paasche index number, that is denoted by IP. Now for IP, the formula it is IP represent sigma P1 Q1 divided by sigma P0 Q1 into 100. Therefore, this is the Paasche index number. By this method, we are going to construct the index number, that is Paasche index number. The third one is Fisher's index number. Fisher's index number is a combination of first two, that is IL and IP. The formula it is IF is equal to root of, that is a square root of IL into IP, and formula we're going to write like this way. I will teach you how to write this formula. First, we will discuss all 5, then we'll see. Next, fourth one, that is Dorbish-Bowley's index number. This is also the combination of these two, that is Paasche index number and Laspeyres index number IL and IP. Therefore, here this is represented by IDB, and that is half into IL plus IP. And Fisher's index number is represented by IF. Therefore, here we discuss 4. So you need to learn this formula. We will discuss that one, how to learn it. Next, last one, Marshall and Edgeworth index number. That is IME. This one, fifth one is quite different one. That is here. This is your formula. IME equal to sigma P1 Q0 plus sigma P1 Q1 divided by sigma P0 Q0 plus sigma P0 Q1 into 100. Now, after seeing this formula, it is quite difficult to remember the formula. Therefore, I'll tell you that how do you remember it, this one. Now, see, here we learned 5 formulas, right? What are the 5 formulas? First one, IL, then IP. Okay, IL means Laspeyres index number, IP means Paasche index number. If you learn these 2, then automatically you can write the next 3. Now here, I'll show you that. See here, what is the formula for IL? IL is equal to, that means sigma P1, last video, I explained to you, always the formulas comes like this way. That is P1, the current year price or current base period. This is base period price and this is current period price. P1 divided by P0 is a common thing here. Now what we are going to do, we are going to multiply with Q0 into 100 is your formula. Therefore, this IL formula learned like this way, you are going to use sigma, that is summation of P1 divided by P0, then you are multiplied with your Q0 and Q0. Now see your IP formula, what's the difference is coming here? That is IP, that is equal to sigma P1 here and denominator sigma P0 is the same. And we are going to multiply with Q1 here, the quantity that is in the current year. That means that is a difference. This part is the same like your IL and we are multiplying with Q1 and Q1. Q1 numerator and Q1 denominator into 100. This way, remember this formula for IL and IP. Then you never make mistake. IL. Then it comes IP. In alphabetic lecture, you can just think about IL comes first and then P. That is Laspeyres index number and P is Paasche index number. This is the formula for IL and IP. This is sigma P1 Q1 divided by sigma P0 Q1 into 100. Once you learn these two, what we are going to do for the next two? That is Fisher's index number. I do suggest that don't use this one, this formula. And for IDB also don't use this elaboration. What we are going to do, what is your IF? IF is equal to root of IL into IP. That means if you are going to calculate the Fisher's index number, price index, first step number 1, what you are going to do, calculate IL. Okay, IUL, you know the formula, that is your IL. Then what is the next step? IP. You are going to calculate IP. First IL, then IP. Then use this formula. IF is equal to square root of IL into IP. So this is going to be more easier for you to remember it. This way also you can remember it, but no, here there is no, here there is a small mistake. 1 second. This formula, once if you are writing here, this one comes after, that is square root is for only, 100 is outside. Okay, now this is your IP. IDB, how do you remember IDB? That is Dorbish-Bowley's index number, half into 1/2 into IL plus IP. That means again step number 1. What is the step number? Calculate IL. IP, that is second step. Calculate IP. Then substitute in this formula. That means you are going to get the Dorbish-Bowley's price index. With this method, this is a way to learn. First learn what is IL. IL, I told you, you are going to multiply Q0 and Q0. Q0 in the numerator, Q0 denominator with sigma P1, P0. This way to remember it into 100. The same thing, instead of Q0, here it is going to be Q1. Now how you are going to learn the fifth formula, that is Marshall-Edgeworth formula. Therefore, that one, for that purpose, see here, you know what is your IL, right? What is IL? IL I am writing, IL is equal to, that means sigma P1, denominator will come sigma P0, and here I am multiplying with Q0 and Q0 into 100. And what is IP? IP is equal to sigma, again P1 numerator, P0 denominator. I am multiplying with Q1 and Q1 into 100. Therefore, easy to remember it, these two formula. Now, for IME, Marshall-Edgeworth Price Index, how do you calculate? See here, this numerator, that is your first one, IL numerator, add with IP numerator. That means here what is going to come? Sigma P1 Q0 plus sigma P1 Q1. What I did? This box, that is a numerator of IL and numerator of IP is here for our IME's numerator, and it is you are adding here. Now what you are going to do? You are going to take this denominator, IL denominator, that is sigma P0 Q0 plus here denominator, that is sigma P0 Q1 into here 100. Therefore, this is a formula for IME. Once you remember, once you learn the formula of your IL and IP, then automatically you can write what is IF Fisher's formula, what is IDB, that is Dorbish-Bowley's formula, and the last one, Marshall Edgeworth Price Index. Therefore, this is the way you are going to learn the formula for these 5 special cases: IL, IP, IF, IDB, and IME. These are the notations for using for this particular methods. Now we can solve the question. How to solve it? Most of the time the question comes for find the Fisher's index number. Therefore, automatically once if it is a Fisher's index number, you need to calculate what is IL and IP. If they are asking you what is IDB, Dorbish-Bowley's price index, same way you need to calculate what is IL and IP first. Then next, IME. Here there is no step 1 like IF or IDB with one column, complete column itself you can write directly, but you have to remember this formula. While remembering, I'll told you what's a trick. You have to remember it first, write IL and IP, then these two numerator add numerator of IL plus numerator of IP. What is denominator? Denominator of IL plus denominator of IP. This is a way to remember it, write and learn. Here we use the notations P1, P0, Q1 and Q0. That means here instead of weightage W, we are considering Q1 and Q0. Consumption of the first year, means current year, and this is for basic. Okay, next we are going to solve the questions, and I'll show you how do you consider the index number, that is Fisher's index number, IDB, and next IME. Now here, first question, just read the question number 1. Calculate Fisher's index number for the following. Normally, this is very important question from this part. Fisher's index number for the following data. What is given in the data? First, in the commodity list. Second, base year price. Base year price means P0. Next, base year quantity. Base year quantity represent Q0. Current year price represent P1. Current year quantity represent Q1. That means 5 columns are there in the question. P0, Q0, P1 and Q1. And your list, that is commodity. Now what do you want to find? Fisher's index number, right? Now see, Fisher's index number, what is the formula? IF. IF is equal to square root of IL into multiplication, okay? IP. Therefore, what is step number 1? Step number 1, you need to calculate what is IL. What is IL? Okay. What is step number 2? That is calculate IP. Right? Then what is third step? Third step, we are going to find what is your IF using which formula? That is this formula, square root of IL into IP. Then for the solution, first construct a table. Now that table consists of how many columns? First 5 columns, that is from your question. Okay, what's the order? First is commodity, then we are writing P1, then it is P0, then Q0 and Q1. Therefore, this is the order to follow it. Commodity, P1, P0, Q0, Q1. Now, what are the next column? This is depends upon your formula of IL and IP. That IL numerator, IP numerator. See here, what is IL numerator? P1, Q0 you repeat, and denominator P0, Q0, next P1, Q1, and P0, Q1. Therefore, these 4, I'll show you how do you write it. See here, what we are going to do? P1 and P0, you are multiply with Q0. Okay, that means what you are going to get it here? That is here, if you multiply P1 and Q0, you will get P1 Q0, right? Next, you are going to get it P0 Q0. That means here you are going to write first P1 Q0, next P0 Q0. What we will do next? Next, P1 and P0 again, you are multiply with Q1. Once you multiply with Q1, what you are going to get it? P1 Q1 and next is P0 Q1. That means in that order I have written. Therefore, remember it. First, write this order for you. That is the first 5 column. Then the order, remember it. P1 and P0, you are multiplied with Q0. That means here in the question itself, I can show you. Here, see the question. P1 and P0 you are multiply with P1 multiplied with Q0. Okay, next P0 multiplied with Q0, these two. What is the next one? P1 again you are multiplied with Q1 and Q0 you are multiplied with Q1. The same thing I have written like this way to remember. Therefore, this is the way you are going to construct the column. Please remember, not only Fisher's index number, Dorbish-Bowley's index number and Marshall-Edgeworth index number, the table is the same. The columns are first 5 columns from the question. The order C, P1, P0, Q0, Q1. And next 4, that is what we are going to calculate. That is in the same order, P1, Q0, then P0, Q0, P1, Q1 and P0, Q1. This is the way to remember. Don't try to by heart, then you will make mistake. Okay. Now here we are going to calculate these values. See here, while copying from the question, don't make mistake. The price here, P1. P1 means current price, right? That is current year price I have written 40, 20, 30, 12. The same thing we are going to copy P0, Q0 and Q1. Now what we are going to do? We are going to multiply P1 into Q0. The next column P0 into Q0. First we will fill this column, that is 40 into 3. Correct? That is 120. Next 40, 80. It's 30 into 6, right? 180. 18. Yeah. 180 and next 12 into 5, that is 60. If I completed here P1 Q0 calculation, what is next? P0 Q0. P0 Q0, that is here P0 Q0, 30 into 3, that is 90. The same way continue 30, that is 5 into 2. Sorry, 15 into 2, that is 30. Here it comes 60. 10 into 6, 60. 6 into 5, that is 30. Next, P1 into Q1. That is P1 into Q1, 40 into 5. That is here 200. The same way if you multiply 80, 90 and 120. The last column we are going to fill, that is P0 Q1. P0, that is your 30. 30 multiplied with 5 here, that is 150, and continue that calculation, that is 60, 30 and 60. Now after filling these columns, what we are going to do? We need to calculate the sum, that is your sigma. That is here P1 Q0. What you are going to get here? Sigma P1 Q0. That is equal to the answer, that is 400. Next, sigma P0 Q0. The answer, that is 210. Next, sigma P1 Q1. What's the answer? That is 490. Next, use the simple calculator and calculate these values. Sigma P0 Q1. The answer 300. That means here you completed your table. Therefore, I showed you how do you construct the table. Means how do you construct the different columns. If you make any mistake here for this multiplication, the entire answer is going to be wrong. Now after this, I already told you the first step IL, then step IP and now see IL. IL, you want to remember the formula. What is the formula? IL? I sigma P1. What is in the denominator? P0. Then you are multiply with Q0 into 100. I have written already here the formula. Now we are going to substitute it. Sigma P1 Q0. Which one? That is first column. That is your, means first column means that new constructed columns. P1 Q0 400 divided by P0 Q0 next. These two we are going to use. That's why in order we are writing 210 into 100. You are going to get the value 190.76. Next, IP. IP, the same thing. Sigma P1, sigma P0 denominator, you are multiply with Q1 into 100, right? Therefore, here I have written that two values here. See here, these two values P1 Q1 and P0 Q1. Therefore, you can substitute here, that is 490 divided by 300 into 100. The answer after calculation, that is 163.333. These two values, step number 1, step number 2 finish. Now we are going to substitute in the formula, that is IF is equal to square root of IL into IP. You already calculated what is IL and IP. Now we are going to write the values. 190.476 multiplied, extend the square root, 163.333. What you are going to do? Using calculator, multiply these two values. Then you are going to calculate your root. Therefore, after multiplication, you are getting 31110, 31,110 point, and don't round in between. We will round up the figures last. Therefore, this is square root. Now, in the calculator, there is a function. It is called as finding the square root. This way, there is a button. That is, you can press that one and the number. First, press it the number, then press it this particular one, and you are going to get it. That is the square root 176.38353. Therefore, here you can round 176.38, because after 3, after 8, that is 3, that means less than 5, you can just neglect it. Therefore, this is your final answer. Now listen, finding the square root with the simple calculator and with the mobile, both it is different. Therefore, you just make sure that you are using your simple calculator for practicing for examination. Therefore, this is the way you are going to find the Fisher's index number. I told you in the case of IDB, that is Dorbish index, Bowley's index, and Marshall Edgeworth's index, the first thing, the table, it is same thing. Therefore, you have to learn this format same way, because it is in order I have written. That is P1, P0, Q0, Q1. And how do you multiply? That means P1, P0, you are multiply with Q0 first. Then P1, P0, you are multiply with Q1. In this way, if you follow, you never make mistake. The same way, order we got it your sigma value. That means summation value. Just substitute in IL and IP. Then substitute for IF. That is in square root. Multiply these two first, these numbers. Then write the final square root. That is your answer. Next, we will discuss one more question. In the same question, I will show you all the different methods. How do you calculate? Laspeyres method, that is IL by this one. IP, Fisher's method means IF you are calculating. Dorbish method means Dorbish-Bowley, IDB. And last one, IMA. Now see here the question. Here it is represent quantity consumed for 2006 and 2007. That means 2006 is your base year and 2007 is your current year. Now commodity prices in 2006 is base year. That's why it is P0. Quantity in base year, that is Q0. Prices in 2007, that is P1. And quantity in 2007, that is Q1. And C. Therefore, these are the 5 columns in that question. Therefore, same thing we are going to repeat here. See, listen. Normally in the examination, it comes Fisher's index number separately. Otherwise, they will ask you a separate question as find the Dorbish-Bowley index number. Or otherwise, they will ask you to find the index number by using Marshall Edgeworth index number. All this 5 never comes for examination together. But one thing you need to understand, even if it is Fisher's index number or IDB index number and ME index number, almost it is the same, because we need to construct the table such a way that what was the last, that means 5 column from the question and 4 extra column we need to create. That is in the same order. If you are writing, you can calculate Fisher's, IDB and IME. Now here, first we will complete our table first. Then we will go by one the formulas and we'll do. For the table, I showed you that one. First is commodity, P1, P0, Q0, Q1. And next, P1, Q0, P0, Q0, P1, Q1, P0, Q1. Which order? That is P1, P0, you multiplied with Q0 first. That is next 2 columns. That is your 6th and 7th column. Then next what you are going to do? P1 and P0 you are going to multiply with Q1. That is your last 2 columns. Okay. Now we are going to multiply and fill this column. Then add your columns, last 4 columns. After that we can apply in the formula. Now here the values. First one P1 Q0. That is P1 27 into 10. That is 270. Same way you are going to multiply 22. into 5, that is 222. 1 second. 22 into 5, right? Yeah. That is 110. Next, 96. 24 into 4. Okay. 17 into 2, that is 34. Okay. Next column, P0, Q0, 250, 100, 88, 100, see, 20 into 5, 22 into 4, 88. Next, 30, 15 into 2. Next column, that is P1, Q1. What is P1, Q1? That is 405 here. Next, 100. Use the calculator and calculate. Last year, 375, 140, 132, and 75. You just fill the column after the multiplication. Now we are going to add here. That means if you are adding this column, you will get sigma P1 Q0, the answer 510. Next, we are going to add here. This is sigma P0 Q0, that is equal to 468. Next, P1 Q1, that is sigma P1 Q1, that is equal to 788. The last column, that is sigma P0 Q1, that is 728. That means here you have completed your table with 5 plus 4, 9 columns are there. Okay. Now we can use these values, that is your P1. Here the values which we are going to use it 5. 1 second. This is equal to 510, right? 510. We are going to use these values 510, 468, 788 and 722 for all calculation. I will show you the different. First one, which method? That is IL, correct? IL, we are going to calculate it. The formula IL equal to sigma P1 Q0 divided by sigma P0 Q0. That is first P1 Q0, that is 510 divided by 468 into 100. The value 108.97. Now next one, that is Paasche's index number. The formula sigma, remember it, sigma, you always write like this way, sigma P1 and denominator right, then automatically you will remember here you are multiply with Q1 into 100. This is your IP. Okay, therefore here the values P1 Q1, the next two values, these two, 788 divided by 722 into 100. Therefore answer 109.14. Therefore this is index number by which method? Laspeyres index number. Next is Paasche's index number. What you need to do it for the next? You need to find what is Fisher's method. Index number by Fisher's method, or it is called as Fisher's index number. Here we are going to use square root IL into IP. IL, this is a value. IP, this one is a value. Over here we are writing 108.97 into multiplication. Please make sure you are putting into, because next formula it is plus. But Fisher's it is into 109.14. Your final answer is getting 109.044. Therefore, this is the answer for Fisher's index number. Here you multiply and find the square root by using calculator. Therefore, this is a Fisher's index number. The next one which is coming, Dorbish-Bowley's method. Index number by Dorbish-Bowley's method. Therefore, IDB, index number by Dorbish-Bowley's method. What's the formula? Half into IL plus IP. That is here half into IL, that is 108.97 plus 109.14 equal to. Therefore, here what you are going to do first you are going to add these two numbers, that is 108.97 plus 109.14. Add the values, that is here you are getting half inside the bracket 218 9.11, and that answer divided by 2, that will give you 109.055. Therefore, this is the answer for index number. That is which index number? Dorbish-Bowley's index number. Therefore, here step 1 for Fisher's and Dorbish-Bowley's index number, both it is same. You need to first find what is IL, then find IP, then substitute in the formula. Therefore, both the method, first step is IL, second step is IP. Then substitute it. Here it is multiplication. Square root of IL into IP. Here it is half into IL plus IP. What you are going to do? Add these two numbers first. That is 218.11 divided by 2. Now these two, you can write it in 1 second. Yes, 109.0. 2 digit you can round up, that is 06. Here also it's coming 109.06. That means after 5, the number is 5. Therefore, you are going to add with 1. That means it changed to 06. You can round with 2 figures. Now, last one, the Marshall Edgeworth method. For that method, I explained you how do you write your formula. That is, see, first write IL formula, then write IP formula. The IL numerator you are going to write here first, and then IP numerator. Therefore, here it is P1 Q0 P0 Q0 into 100, and here sigma P1. I have written sigma P1 P0 first, then multiply with Q1. This way, if you follow, you never forget the formula. Now, these two numerator you are adding, right? Then the denominator also we are going to add. Therefore, here in this question, Marshall Edgeworth method, from the table, you want to write the values here first, because that is a more easy way. P1 Q0, the value. Next P1. What's the formula from the this one? That is 5, 10. Next sigma P1 Q1. Don't make mistake here, because P0 Q0 from the table first, P1 Q0, that is 5, 10. Next is P1 Q1, right? That is 7. I'll just keep the screen like that way. I think you can make out. This is the third one, okay? P1 Q1. Next, sigma P0 Q0, that is from the second 468. The last one, sigma, the denominator you need, P0 Q1, that is 722. 722. Write properly this value. This is not in the order, okay? This is the first value which in the, that is after fifth column, sixth column, and this is your eighth column, this is your seventh column, and this is your last column, that is ninth column. Therefore, we have written the values here: 510, 788, and then 468 and 722. Now we are going to substitute in the formula. That is, here I have written here the values. Okay. Now substituting the formula, IME equal to 510, that is this value. You are multiply with P1 Q1, that is plus 788 whole divided by, now P0 Q0, here which value? This denominator part we are adding in the denominator, these two. Okay, therefore P0 Q0, what is P0 Q0? That is 468 plus denominator of IP, P0 Q1, that is 722. 2 into 100. Therefore, add these two values, and 510 plus 788, that is, here you are getting 1298 divided by, what you are going to add? 468 plus 722, that is 1190 into 100. Now calculate this value. You are going to get it again, the answer as 109.08 is a final answer. Now this is the way you are going to calculate the price index of which are the method? Laspeyres, Paasche, Then it is Fishers, Dorbish-Bowleys, and Marshall Edgeworth. Therefore, these are the special cases of weighted index number. Here we have considered P1, P1, P0 and Q0 and Q1 instead of W weightage. But weighted aggregative method, we use W. Therefore, previous lecture, please go through it and practice that question. That way also question can be asked in different method. Therefore, method of construction of index number, these are the special cases for weighted index number. Now, students, thank you for watching. If you are really enjoyed the lecture, please like and share. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss out video updates for new topic. The continuation of this index number I will bring in for the new videos, that is for the special purpose index number, cost of living index number and all. Practice the first video, that is a lecture 1 for the index number for unweighted and weighted index numbers and the construction of index numbers also. And please like and share the video with your friends. If you have any questions or doubts or any suggestion, please ask in the comment box. Then I'll see you for the next video. Thank you.